This will be about a shooting, a person who was there, and CBS News doing an edit I'm calling deceptive and deliberate. But first, let's get to the commentary. I have a couple of questions. As you know by now, the clip was from CBS exclusive documentary thing, 39 Days, which you can watch here. And then the person posts a link to a truthiness channel using deceptive editing on top of the deceptive edit CBS did, or to the raw video that clears it up and gives us the context before, during, and after that clip. If you post a link to something that is designed to influence people and manipulate them by omission of data or just flat out lying and editing, I'm not letting it post anymore. I don't have a reason to. I'll include a munged link where it removes the HTTP part, so you have to manually cut and paste and open it in the background. Next, CBS News, CBS channel, mainstream media, I think, set a trap by posting video that people would need desperately to repost so they could flag their channels, and two, deceptively edited and cut off parts of it so that people would get the wrong idea on purpose. That's my assertion, and I think Hogg should sue them because his quote's the one that's being misused. And it wasn't a teaser that everybody got it from. And hey, they got their page views they wanted out of it. Sounds really familiar. So anyway, that's my assertion. I'm sticking to it until, of course, I'm proven wrong. In which case, I'll say I never did it. And there's no collusion. So anyway, here we go. I don't think the girl interrupted him. It was a cut. I agree. I wasn't able to see the entire thing because everybody kept cutting that too. CBS News already did an editing job, a chop job on a video without posting the entire thing to clear up the mess on purpose. And then the Truthiness Network reposts it, edited to hell too. Can you stop being propagandists long enough to recognize somebody else doing propaganda? That's a tiny squirrel. So anyway, what you do? So anyway, here we go. Squirrel. Say it. I did. Okay, next. And other websites have, no, I don't know. He says, I don't know what he said after that. No, nobody knows because they deliberately are teasing. It's a cliffhanger. Anyway, now the next day, we already have articles debunking the CBS footage. Don't know how to take that. It was being debunked that day. Everybody but CBS who should do so. Everybody else who made incorrect assumptions, by the way, by today, has retracted, recanted, and apologized. That has any dignity. I'm the least dignified of the bunch, actually, because a bunch of bloggers were being good. Snopes still presents it in the stupid Snopes manner. Red State has a straight answer and an apology. But here we go. So now they say that Hogg, no, they've always said Hogg, was on campus during the shooting and returned several hours later to do interviews. He actually said that a long time ago. It's this damn interview that's bringing this up, so people are playing it up. They know it's a weak assertion and a really weak source, CBS screwing up a video seemingly on purpose, exploiting and manipulating people. But they gotta embellish it. So here we go. So it was a misunderstanding and out of context. Let's look at what he said in the footage, and then the person's repeating what was in the footage. And then the last part of it is what's in here. Because I knew that this could be another that this could not be another mass shooting. That's the part that everybody's focusing on. Also the part where CBS left out the part where he mentioned what time of day it is when he went to the school. Again, this was actually taken care of before, but anyway, let's go. And by the way, a lot of people are reposting videos where he said exactly that it was 6 p.m. when he went back there, and they're cutting that out too. Deceptive editing all around, huh? Really? Wow, alternative news. Not really alternative at all this time. Anyway. And then the assertion for this person. My point is, if you just returned from the school shooting and you want to go back to do interviews, then why would he, quote, have doubts whether or not this was a school shooting was for real? He didn't. You're interpreting a deceptive edit by CBS that was re-deceptively edited by everybody else instead of listening to every other time he said. Literally, he's been incredibly Hogg has been incredibly, suspiciously consistent about not mixing crap up. I guess it took CBS News to re-edit the thing in a way that everybody suddenly thinks mainstream media is consistent now, huh? Next. Why did he add this line to his statement? I don't know that he added that line, because that line is an incomplete statement. Because I knew this could not be another mass shooting, and then a dead stop. That's why I'm calling it deceptive editing on CBS's part. Because I knew that this could not be another mass shooting is way open-ended. But anyway, does that not make... That does not make sense. Also, I have other questions, so we're going to get to the other questions. But this does make sense if you don't misinterpret it on purpose for an agenda. Everybody's got an agenda, right? Everybody's got a dog in the fight. One side, not all sides, one side until this has been consistently guilty of re-editing stuff, lying about stuff, and then when you point it out, they just ignore you because they're screaming to the choir of Satanists that all somehow voted for Trump. No, I'm just kidding about that part. But there's a bunch of people out there who just want to watch the world burn. So let's go on and try to straighten our hats. Thinking cap. There, that's a bad meme. Anyway, here we go. According to this video, purportedly of a teacher, yes, I'm re-editing this, there was a drill around 9:30 a.m. that day. What kind of drill? Why are you presenting it this way? Where's the missing information? According to this girl, they were warned of a drill at 9:30. And she said, in the video, which isn't edited to hell, I'm sure, fake bodies, screams, and blanks. Okay. Next, another video. YouTube video. This kid had said there was a drill there. So here is my other question, and I think this is a major red flag. Per witness reports, there was a fire drill at 9:32. Why is David Hogg interviewing at 9:32 during the supposed fire drill? I'm going to get to that in a minute, but why are you assuming it's a fire drill they're doing this? Who put this nickel in your slot? Some girl is talking about a traumatizing shooting when it did not take place until 2:21 that day. How's that possible? What didn't take place? The fire drill? Or because of that difference in time, the interviews? Or I mean, our timeline's messed up here. Maybe I'll post the exact timeline below. Also, I should point out that the shooter is supposed to have pulled a fire drill, the fire alarm, to get people out in the hallway. And maybe doing it on purpose during a day when there's supposed to be a fire drill and maybe not knowing exactly when it's going to happen. Because you usually give people a range of times so that they can try to be a little prepared so they won't freak out, so they won't confuse it with a real fire. He pulled the fire alarm to get people in the hallway so he could shoot them. Because he knew there was going to be a fire drill. This is the meme everybody goes of, it went live. Well, no. Someone might take advantage of an actual disaster drill in Portland by literally causing a disaster. Well, that wouldn't work because then there'd just be a bunch of prepared people trying to save lives, so you wouldn't do that. Right? But on a fire drill, when you're really doing a non-drill, real shooting, it actually makes sense because they'd be like really relaxed and walking out in the hallway and you could take advantage of it. Not like that would be a tactically obvious thing to take advantage of, which is the reason I don't like drills. I've actually organized drills, computer security drills and that sort of thing, to show people why it's actually a stupid idea, mostly, but also so they could be prepared. But was this a fire drill? Well, there was a drill that day. Excuse me, I'm gonna act like the camera person. Excuse me, Miss Gerbil Bumper. Yes. Why did you say the word drill instead of what kind? Well, it was a drill. Okay, you're never to be interviewed. You're clinically stupid, and I'm never going to talk to you again. And we're going to wipe this recording because you said the word drill without specifying. And you're the English teacher, dangling participler. I don't know what a dangling participle is. I just like using that word. Or did they edit out what she said? Like every other damn video I've looked at. Because people, well, we know it says what we think. We know what it means when someone says fire drill. But we're gonna edit it so it's really clear to the sheeple. Are all the links going to lead to some idiot who edited deceptively? We're going to call this the CBS version. It's like the Disney version and the Reader's Digest version. The CBS version is when you edit it for a cliffhanger, and then it plays that goofy music in the background, to be continued. So anyway, now this is a long post, but here's some more. Why is some girl saying there was multiple shooters? Because everyone during a shooting assumes they're being shot at from multiple directions because they're turning their head and their brain hasn't caught up with the fact that they turned their head, and they see and hear things that aren't real. And the thing is, even the police always presume there's more than one shooter, so you don't make a mistake and let somebody get past you. Look for anybody who could be a shooter, knock them down, handcuff them, and then fucking try to fix things. If you were in the middle of a shooting, would you assume it's just one person? Really? How many of you have been in a firefight? I've been shot at a couple of times, but I wouldn't know what I would do. Neither do you. Come on, let's go on with the next. Next, another girl saying that she spoke to Nikolas Cruz and held up a finger and also said, and that's the truth. And sounded like and looked like she was high as hell. She's that blonde girl I did a video about. Yeah, that one, that girl. Don't be that girl. Everybody assumes things at the beginning of things. No one uses complete and clear verbiage, even I don't sometimes. I make mistakes. I make lots of them, actually. Let's all just look at the foibles of humanity and read into it conspiracy. To the person posting most of this, thank you for posting this. I'll go look into it. And I'm just going to put yay or nay at the bottom. This was a deceptive video on YouTube. I want the original source videos. Now, one guy posted a video. It goes on for hours and hours. Never really gets to the point. Perfect fodder for a conspiracy theorist, because they know that nobody's going to sit through an hour and a half if you don't point to the right part of the video. And I'm not going to go trudging through it either, because I don't want to. And another video, somebody did something similar, and he's from a different coastline and never went there. Oh, and to the person asking about if David actually graduated from a different location, he transferred from a different school. And it's clearly marked in the undoctored picture that everybody keeps using, if you just get the full-sized one, which you can look up, that he didn't graduate from the school. He's not a fake student. Okay, I already debunked that one, so has everybody else. I'll leave a link to that one too. Again, deceptive editing and truthiness. Next. Another person posts on the similar vein. He says in the middle of a video, it's 3:15 p.m., who the shooter is, Nikolas Cruz, an unconfirmed shooter, and that he has been neutralized. How the hell does he know this? And there's no link to a video. Or it's a link to a video and he got the time and date wrong, or other. I don't know. Maybe he was talking about by a certain time they knew what had happened. Because they're all on social media with these phones you keep seeing them use, and maybe they saw the news flash. And maybe they also got the wrong news flash because maybe they stupidly read, I don't know, Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or YouTube, like all of you do, getting the wrong answers. I don't know. Why don't you post a link to the video, please? The closet classroom video on such and such camera, he states the date is a certain date at a certain time. Pointing camera out the window, evacuating students walking single file while someone tells her story. So, when exactly did he film this soundbite? How would anyone know shooter's name and that he was neutralized, or was he captured, by 3:15? Okay, if I look this up, am I going to find that it's a phone with the wrong time and date site? That it was GMT'd? Am I going to find out what caused this? Did you get this information from a YouTube channel that refused to post its links, and that's why you're coming to... If anybody's curious, a lot of people come to my channel because I actually give them answers to the questions they have, because the uploader won't answer their damn questions and blocks them, because it's a freaking cult. So I'll do a timeline, or I'll point to it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with all that. And I hope all of you have some value from most of the comments below and content.